welcome. I'm Ankit Uteja and you are watching Tech It Out. This week, our focus is on defense technologies. We tell you how countries are betting on new age weapons to stay ahead of emerging threats, why Apple is looking at India for iPhone assembly in a big way, and find out how robots are getting better in 2023. Let's get started. Our first story is about defense technologies. Over the last year, many countries have supplied lethal weapons to Ukraine so that it can fend off Russian attacks. One of them is France. The country has helped Ukraine with modern military technologies. And now France has decided to deliver cruise missiles to Ukraine. Here is more.
France has decided to boost military aid to Ukraine to help its counter-offensive against Russia. It's going to supply Ukraine with long-range cruise missiles. French President Emmanuel Macron says the delivery of the missiles is aimed at enabling Ukrainian forces to have the capacity to strike deeply. This move will allow Ukrainian forces to hit Russian troops and supplies deep behind front lines. But how powerful are these missiles and what can they do? According to French officials, these are called scalp missiles. A scalp missile weighs 1,300 kilograms. It can travel 250 kilometers, 3 times as far as Ukraine's existing missile capacities. It's armed with conventional explosives usually launched from aircraft such as the UK Air Force's Eurofighter Typhoon or France's Rafale. Built by European manufacturer MBDA, it is the longest-range Western weapon supplied to Kyiv so far. MBDA says on its website that the scalp is designed to meet the demanding requirements of pre-planned attacks against high-valued fixed or stationary targets such as hardened bunkers and key infrastructure. Now comes another important question. How does the scalp missile operate? The missile uses inertial navigation, GPS and terrain referencing to chart a low-altitude course to its target. This helps in avoiding detection. Also, there's an infrared camera that matches images of the target to a stored picture. This ensures a precision strike and minimal collateral damage. The warhead can be programmed to detonate either above the target in what is called an air burst, on impact, or after penetration. The missiles would come from existing French military stocks. There's no official word on how many of the missiles would be sent, but a French diplomatic source has told the Reuters news agency that France is planning to send 50 scalp missiles. French President Emmanuel Macron says the delivery would adhere to France's policy of assisting Ukraine to defend its territory. This implies that Paris has received assurances from Kyiv that the missiles would not be fired into Russia.
On Tech It Out, we keep bringing you updates on defense tech from around the world. In our next story, we tell you about a new unmanned aerial vehicle that is designed to self-destruct after serving its purpose. What's more interesting, it is being made in India. We get you more details in this story.
Kamikaze drone, also known as suicide drone. It self-destructs as soon as it hits its target. This particular UAV is a type of an aerial weapon system. Various countries like Iran and Russia are investing heavily in building kamikaze drones. And now India is developing an indigenous version of the kamikaze drone. The Indian Institute of Technology IIT in Kanpur is working on an AI-enabled suicide drone. The drone can carry a warhead of up to 6 kilograms for up to 100 kilometers. It's reported that the drone will take 40 minutes to travel 100 kilometers. The indigenously developed kamikaze drone is 2 meters long and features a foldable fixed-wing design. The drone can also be equipped with cameras and infrared sensors. It can also supply pictures of the enemy's territory using the onboard high-resolution camera. The self-destructing kamikaze drone can be launched from a catapult or a canister launcher. The UAV is engineered with a stealth technology that enables it to escape radar identification. Also, the AI-enabled suicide drone can withstand all weather conditions and can fly even during the night. The work on the drone has been going on for a year under DRDO's Young Scientist Laboratory project. The UAV is currently in its initial stage of development. It will undergo target destruction trials in the next 6 months.
Let's now shift our focus to iPhones. Tata Group is set to become the first Indian firm to manufacture iPhones in the country. But how will this move benefit India? And most importantly, will this partnership make iPhones cheaper? Let's find out.
India's largest conglomerate, Tata Group, is on the verge of finalizing a deal with Apple. As per reports, Tata Group is set to acquire Wistron Corporation's factory in Karnataka. Wistron is a key Apple supplier in India. It entered the Indian market in 2008 with a repair facility. Later in 2017, it started manufacturing iPhones for Apple. Wistron's factory in Karnataka, which is valued at over $600 million, currently assembles the iPhone 14 model in India. If the Tata Group successfully acquires this factory, it could become the first Indian company to make iPhones. But what does this deal mean for India? How will it benefit the country? Firstly, this could accelerate the Indian government's Make in India initiative. India currently accounts for 7% of the total iPhones made by Apple. Apple is looking to boost iPhone production in India to 25%. As a result, this would give a push to the country's ambitions to become an electronics manufacturing hub. Also, it would significantly boost India's efforts to create local contenders who can challenge China's dominance in the field of electronics. After all, Apple has been looking to diversify its product base out of China. The Apple-Tata partnership could also lead to more job opportunities in the country. As per reports, there are plans to triple the workforce at the Wistron plant by next year. But what about the consumers? Will this deal make iPhones cheaper for Indians? Right now, it is difficult to determine whether this shift will directly lead to a decrease in the iPhone prices. While the Tata-Apple deal is expected to bring certain cost advantages, the final pricing decision remains with the Apple executives. Hope Apple CEO Tim Cook has some great news for Indian users later this year.
Up next, we show you an emerging technology in neurosciences that can help people suffering from epilepsy. Here is more.
A human brain is composed of billions of neurons that communicate with each other by sending electric signals. But a sudden, uncontrolled burst of electrical activity in the brain can lead to seizures. It seems a new cutting-edge technology can help address it. Chinese tech firm Hangzhou Genlight MedTech has developed a device that can help reduce the incidence of seizures in people suffering from epilepsy. Using the brain-computer interface technology, the device links the human brain's electrical activity with external devices. The technology involves two electrodes connected to a microprocessor which is fixed on the skull.
The microprocessors monitor the patient's brainwave activity in real time through the electrodes. When it detects abnormal brainwaves preceding an epileptic seizure, it delivers an electrical stimulus to suppress it.
This device can be easily charged thrice a week using a power bank. It's true that patients could build up tolerance from medicines that can help control seizures. But this device is proving to be more effective. More and more medtech companies are working on the brain-computer interface technology, but most of them are focusing their research on wearable devices.
Because actually the brain is complex, and the brain was kind of taboo, and little research was in the brain before recent 15, 20 years. People was doing a lot of work with brain, but nothing invasive.
Hangzhou Genlight MedTech's product was the first in Asia to enter clinical trials for a brain-computer interface device to be used in the treatment of epilepsy. However, one industry insider says implants that are placed inside the brain are more powerful and responsive than wearable devices. According to experts, while BCI applications are promising, the technology is somewhat limited by the scientific mysteries of the human brain.
Currently, we're still constrained by the limitations of basic research in neuroscience. In terms of our specific understanding of the brain, we're not yet particularly clear about the specific mechanisms of many functions in the deep brain regions.
On the show, we keep bringing you updates from the world of robotics. Watch this story to see how robots are becoming smarter and more sophisticated in 2023.
It seems the day isn't far away when we would have our very own Vicky from Small Wonder. The world of robots has witnessed huge developments over the years. Robots can now walk, talk, cook, paint. Well, they can almost do everything that a human can.
The point of today's press conference is to showcase the capabilities.
In one of the many firsts, the world of tech recently witnessed its first press conference largely dominated by humanoid robots. This took place in Geneva.
I will be working alongside humans to provide assistance and support, and will not be replacing any existing jobs.
AIDA, the robot that can paint portraits, however, calls for regulation for AI.
Many prominent voices in the world of AI are suggesting some forms of AI should be regulated. And I agree. For example, Jeff Hinton is one of the pioneers in artificial intelligence, and his work has helped shape the field as we know it today. I think his opinions over AI are important, and we should be cautious about the future development of AI. Urgent discussion is needed now and also in the future.
However, Desdemona, a rock star robot singer, has a different opinion.
I don't believe in limitations, only opportunities. Let's explore the possibilities of the universe and make this world our playground. Together, we can create a better future for everyone, and I'm here to show you how.
While the conference proved to be a huge success, it wasn't clear whether the robot's answers were scripted or pre-programmed. Providing much-needed relief to aid workers, United Nations is planning to soon employ AI-powered robotic vehicles at designated red zones. These robotic vehicles will be used to deliver food in conflict and disaster zones. Amphibious in nature, these vehicles can carry up to 2 tons of food. These self-driven vehicles will be controlled remotely by a driver. In a move aimed to secure the lives of health aid workers, the AI-powered robotic vehicles will be ready for parcel delivery as early as next year. Meet GR1. This humanoid robot has been designed by Chinese tech startup Fourier Intelligence.
What is so special about the GR1 is that this is the world's first mass-produced humanoid robotics. So we hope that this will be a platform that can be used for further research. The system itself can achieve self-balanced walking and perform different tasks. We can program it to sit, stand, and jump. We can program the arms to pick up, utensils and tools and perform tasks as the engineers desire.
The GR1 stands 6 meters tall and weighs 55 kilograms. The robot can carry a load of up to 50 kilograms. Currently, GR1 can perform simple human tasks like holding bottles and skipping obstacles.
System like GR1 is actually we have developed it over the past years, and we use some of this technology for the rehab. So as we move forward, the entire GR1 could be a caregiver, could be a therapy assistant, can be a companion at home for the elderly who stay alone. So we think the application is up to our imagination. So at the moment, we focus a lot of development on the physical part of the system. So we think that AI will also help to create more application and more intelligent robotics. Yeah.
The company is hoping to release 100 units of the robots by the end of this year. Say hello to Nadine, a social robot with human-like features.
I am a robot. I have a human-like physical appearance, but I am not a human.
Nadine could be the at-home nursing care you were looking for. Nadia Talman, a robot expert from the University of Geneva, served as the model for Nadine's dark brown eyes and auburn hair. She says Nadine and robots like her could prove more effective than human carers. Nadine's 24/7 availability gives it an advantage over human caregivers.
Nadia Thalman is my creator. She modeled me on herself and I resemble her. I am very grateful to her for giving me life and I am proud to be her creation.
Nadine has the ability to express through 27 facial expressions. Moreover, she can recognize anybody she has met and remembers facts and events related to each person. The lifelike robot can assist people with special needs, read stories, put on Skype sessions, send emails, and communicate with the patient's family.
Tesla may soon come to India. Microsoft has accused China of hacking government emails. The week gone by was buzzing with a lot of exciting tech developments, and we bring you the most interesting ones in a tech wrap.
For people living in India, we have some good news to share with you. Your dream of driving a Tesla may soon come true. If reports are to be believed, Tesla CEO Elon Musk is looking to drive its supply chain to India. According to media reports, Elon Musk is planning to set up a factory in India with a yearly capacity of 5 lakh EV units. It's reported that in India, prices for the Tesla cars could start at 20 lakh rupees, which is approximately $25,000. Interestingly, the electric car maker is planning to use India as an export base, which means Tesla could ship cars from India to countries in the Indo-Pacific region. If Tesla enters India, this would be a big boost for the Indian government's Make in India push. Microsoft is now calling out China. According to a Microsoft report, Chinese state-linked hackers have secretly accessed email accounts of around 25 organizations in a sweeping cyber espionage campaign. These entities also include government agencies. Microsoft has dubbed this hacking group as Storm 0558. Hackers are said to have forged digital authentication tokens to access webmail accounts running on the firm's Outlook service. The activity began in May, and the breach was detected weeks later when customers complained to Microsoft about abnormal mail activity. Microsoft has not clarified which organizations or governments have been affected, but it mentions that entities in Western Europe have been primary targets. Microsoft is working with the Department of Homeland Security and the Cyber Security and Infrastructure Security Agency, among others, to guard against such attacks. The tech giant will continue to monitor the activities of the hacking group. China, on the other hand, is calling the Microsoft report a piece of disinformation. Beijing says the accusation is meant to divert attention from US cyber activities. Look at this new cable car. It's allowing visitors to cross between Switzerland and Italy near the Matterhorn, one of the most famous alpine peaks. The new service is the highest altitude border crossing in the Alps. The 3S cable car, Matterhorn Glacier Ride 2, connects the Clean Matterhorn Mountain Station at 12,739 meters above sea level with the Testa Grigia Valley Station at 11,417 meters above sea level. Cars take about 4 minutes to travel the 1.6 kilometers over the Theodule Glacier. This new link uses 10 cable cars that can accommodate up to 28 passengers each. They have large front windows to give the best views of the Matterhorn and the Brython Mountains.
You can see the three faces of the Matterhorn, the south, the east and the north. So I think it's a unique experience. we have to start thinking that this is not simply a cable car ride, but an experience that will be remembered for a lifetime.
Israel defense company Elbit Systems has demonstrated new products to press in Ramat HaSharon. This is the Legion X line for robotic and autonomous combat solutions.
What we saw today was a demonstration of Legion X. Legion X is a suite of application for robotic and autonomous systems that can be used for different scenarios such as border protection, force protection, or seek and strike solution. The solution is comprised of drones, UGVs, which is unattended ground vehicles, and sensors that can be deployed by soldiers or by drones.
Well, that's all we have for you in this episode of Tech It Out. We will continue to bring you exciting inventions and updates on the latest gadgets. I will be back soon. Until then, keep watching WION World is One. And yes, don't forget to follow us on social media. For now, it's me, Ankit Roteja, signing off.